Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and neighbors, welcome to Mars Needs Movies. I am one of your hosts, Precious D.
I'm the other one of your hosts, Honey B.
We are two best friends who have another podcast, but on this one, we look at movies. We look at movies involving alien invasions, infiltrations, incursions, and visitations. And today's movie is the Netflix film War Machine from this year, 2026. It is 107 minutes. The countries are Australia and United States. I guess they filmed some of it in Australia. It doesn't show a budget, but it says a box office 57,194. So I guess they must have done limited theatrical release, 5 weeks, maximum 52 theaters in Australia.
Oh.
In February. That might have been just to, I don't know, get Oscar consideration for effects or something. I don't know. But it had a limited release in Australia, and then it released March 6th on Netflix.
Okay.
Let's do the cast quickly. Alan Ritchson, best known as Jack Reacher, but in this movie he's known as 81. Blake Richardson as 15. Keenan? Lonsdale as 60. Daniel Weber as 57. Jai Courtney, stop trying to make Jai Courtney happen, as squad leader. That's 81's brother. Isai Morales as Torres. Stephen James as 7. And Dennis Quaid as Sheridan. It seems like there were more people in the squad than that.
There were definitely more, but they don't last long. In
addition, the other two to survive until at least the village are Alex King as 44, Jack Patton as 109, while Patrick Hughes has a cameo as Master Sergeant Hughes. He's the film's producer, co-writer, and director. In the film-ending Black Hawk scene, wasn't one of the little squad there a woman?
Yeah.
But I don't see a female name here. So, you know what? I'm going to go to IMDb, see what they have to tell me. Heather Burridge as 122. I guess that must be it, but there's no picture of her on IMDb. Just a little gray silhouette. Anyway, Honeybee, what are your initial thoughts and feelings on War Machine?
Yowza, this movie. Okay. There are things about this movie that I was like, we're reaching a little bit here, but I will say, I thought it was well done. I just, I think it's fine. It's good. My initial thoughts are like, okay, maybe I don't have initial thoughts. Maybe I just need to dive in on this movie. Maybe you should tell us your initial thoughts, right, and I'll talk about it as we go.
I'll just say this is very much a War of the Worlds, except we can only afford bipods and not tripods.
Okay.
Because it's totally, things crash into Earth and then machines climb out of them and start tearing shit up.
Yeah.
Just, it's your basic War of the Worlds.
Uh-huh.
But we focus on a group of Army Ranger trainees. And I have no idea if this is a real thing, but apparently during their Ranger training, they take away your number and give you a name. I mean, they take away your name. They've given you a number and taken away your name. That's what I was going for. So they just randomly assign numbers to them. So our main dude is called 81.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. There's nothing really new here.
Right. Yeah. Which is fine. I don't necessarily mind that. I think what I kind of have a weird feeling about is like the whole there's some things about the like main character and like making him such a badass and like him going to be a ranger for his widow Bubby and like I don't know, there's just like some moments where I'm like, all right, okay, like it's like men will do anything but go to therapy, you know what I mean? It's just like,
yes, yeah,
there's a lot of that in it for me.
And his superiors are actually trying to get him to go to therapy.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, sir, you need to deal with your shit.
Yes.
We cannot let you into this thing until you deal with your shit.
But then he maybe they
'cause you
do
clearly
anyway.
have
But then
shit
they
to
do anyway.
Well, yeah, they do, but they know that he needs to deal with his shit.
Yeah.
Which is very responsible of them. So here's our plot from Wikipedia. Thank you, Wikipedia. In Afghanistan, an unnamed staff sergeant arrives to help his brother's broken down convoy.
Okay.
His brother tries.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But this like initial scene, I didn't know it at the time, like why it felt this way until like, things start happening. But I'm like, this feels so forced. Do you know what I'm saying? Like this, it just feels so. Now I understand, like, since I've seen the whole scene, that it's like we're trying to get so much emotion and so much backstory in one tiny little scene. Like, we're trying to get so much emotion in it. But like when they both show their tattoo and they're like, matching tattoos. And then they're like, brothers, fuck you, like I was just like, why are we like forcing
they
this
pretend like
so heavy?
They pretend like they don't know each other at first. And
just this
spring
whole
it on
scene.
everyone around them.
Ugh,
Some Han Solo, Lando Calrissian shit where they act antagonistic and they're not.
Right. And I was just like, why are we? But I understand, like, once everything, like, when they blow everything up, that I'm like, okay, we're just trying to like understand how close these two humans are, how much history they have together, how much like in this like 2-minute period. So they really gotta lay it on thick, okay?
But apparently, our human giant Alan Richson, his job is mechanic, not super soldier. He's just there to help fix the truck.
Yeah. So throughout the movie there, so I was like thinking in this first scene, like, oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like this movie because of how like kind of corny the acting was in this like first scene, but eventually it does like it cool, we relax a bit and it cools off, and I realized that it was just in that scene because we're trying to like establish characters, and I get that, but I was a little nervous walking into this movie for this scene, for this reason of them being like, men, dudes, emotions, love each other, rangers, raw. But it does get better. It does get better. It gets much better. But yeah, my first note is like, I'm sure this movie's good, but this feels like corny acting. I don't know what's going on. Like they're trying to get a lot of emotion and story time at once. It's very awkward. But yeah, it gets better. And when he's like going to on the bus and he has this like PTSD moment, I'm like, oh, it's because he's gonna go be a ranger for his bubby, and that's like really cute. But I just wish the whole movie, like, it's just so heavy on, like, this guy's a badass because his brother, and this moment with the ranger thing, and, like, so there were parts in the movie where I feel like they were reaching a bit, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
But anyways, okay, sorry.
So his brother tries to convince him that they should apply to become Army Rangers when they are attacked by Taliban insurgents. Everyone is killed except the sergeant, who suffers a severe knee injury. He tries to carry his mortally wounded brother back to base, but passes out before making it. When he wakes up in the hospital, he learns that his brother had already died, but he is awarded the Silver Star. Probably got a Purple Heart, too. 2 years later, the sergeant attends RASP to earn assignment to a battalion in the Consolidated 75th Ranger Regiment. RASP is Ranger Assessment and Selection Program. And given the candidate number of 81. 81 excels at training but does not bond with his fellow recruits and refuses the role of team leader despite his record.
Yeah, they also tell him like, hey, you have to be a team leader, and he's like, I'd rather not. And they're like kind of pissy about it, but they just like allow him to make that decision.
Yeah. He keeps, when everybody's talking about why they're here, he's like, I'm just trying to make it across that finish line. I don't think he actually cares about being a ranger.
He doesn't.
He just needs to become a ranger to fulfill the obligation to his dead brother. Mm-hmm. Once he becomes a ranger, he'd be like, thanks, I quit now.
Yeah, you're right. Like I should go to therapy.
Totally happen.
You guys were right. I should go home. Yeah, he doesn't talk to anyone, but he's like legendary among the people, like they're all like whispering about him. They're all like, oh, I heard he carried his brother all the way from he was the only one who survived. He was, like he's kind of like a legend among the people, but he like eats by himself. He doesn't sleep. When he does sleep, he's having nightmares about his dead brother and, carrying him. And yeah, so, this is a very like, ugh, man movie. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's bad by any means, but
after he allows himself to nearly drown during an underwater exercise, regiment leaders Sergeant Major Sheridan and First Sergeant Torres question his mental state due to his PTSD and insist he step down from the program to recuperate, but 81 refuses. Sheridan and Torres allow him to advance and assign him team leader for the final exercise. So yeah, a lot of people are not going to make it all the way through, and like every day, every week, they call out a bunch of numbers and tell them to fuck off, like American Idol. Team leader for the final exercise, a simulated mission into the forest to destroy a classified aircraft and rescue its pilot. Around
which
that
we
time,
find out
reports...
we find out in the beginning that this like simulation, this 24-hour simulation mission is like the Death March, and that like this is what they're trying to get to.
Yeah. Around that time, reports come out of a suspected asteroid flying past the planet and breaking off into pieces.
Off asteroid.
Yep. During the exercise, the team is startled by an unknown blast from the sky, which knocks out communications. They find a strange-looking object by the creek, which the team believes to be the classified aircraft. After detonating it with explosives, it remains undamaged. Go ahead.
And 81 kind of sees like this shimmer of something through the forest, so he's like, all right. Also, when they start the Death March, the 24-hour mission, they choose 81 to be the leader, which because they try to kick him out and he's like, I'm not going anywhere, so, and I don't want to be a leader, and they're like, well, we're teaching him a lesson, he's got to lead if he wants to be here. And all the men are like sitting there waiting for him, and he's like, all right, let's get past that finish line. And 7 is like, all right, if I could just have a moment with the guys. And he's like, all right, guys, like, it's an honor to know all of you, I'm excited to work with all of you, we're gonna do this, and they have this moment where they're all sleeping, and this thing zooms by them. They think it's fake, they think it's like artillery, like, they're this 24-hour mission that they're being put on, they think that it's like a special effect. And but when they see the thing, the alien thing, 81 sees, I think it's an old jet that they were supposed to destroy, know, and by the way,
this isn't the thing.
Yeah, and by the way,
this old airplane in the forest was the thing.
Right, and they don't have any real ammo. It's all blanks. Yes. They don't have, like, they have, like, real med kits, and for some reason, real morphine, which I was like, wow, okay, you're not going to give them real guns, but you're going to give them real drugs. Whatever, I'm not the boss here. But they, like, do have some things that are real, but mostly all the shit they have is fake, because it's a fake mission. They're just training. So that's, like, pretty fucking crazy.
They could still, but they could still fall and break their legs, so they need to have a real med kit.
Right, yeah, okay, sure. So they blow up the thing, it doesn't even make a dent, and then it just starts fucking murking people.
It transforms into a walking machine that starts targeting and killing the team. They're unable to fight back as they are carrying blank rounds, as you said. 81's second in command, 7's leg is severely broken and wounded, forcing the other recruits to carry him. After the attack, only 81, 7, 15, 44, 60, 109, 122, and 23 are left alive.
Yeah, by this point in the movie, like, when they're falling down the hill, ooh, fuck, like, that was so painful. Like, when this thing just starts murdering people, like, you're like, oh, shit, and we're kind of past that, like, silly acting stuff, where, like, when they're through the training and all the, like, 15 is obviously, like, a goof-ass and, like, the problem always, and we kind of get to know these guys. It's amazing. We love them. It's, like, not corny, weird movie anymore. Like, they really did pass that. I want to say it because I feel like the movie deserves the credit, but I think that, like, once they start falling down the hill and, like, shit is really getting real, oof, man, there are so many points in this movie that are just make you fucking anxious. Like, and them falling down this hill was one of them. When 7 breaks his leg, one guy gets impaled. I mean, they're just getting blown to shit. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. No real ammo, and even at one point 15 and 81 kind of get in this argument where he's like, there is no finish line, and 81's like, yeah, no shit, like, we don't have comms, we don't have ammo, we have to carry 7, like, obviously this is a real life situation, and this war machine thing is real, like, it's not fake, basically, you know. And Seven has this moment where he's like, hey, listen to your leader, you know. And they kind of have this back and forth of where like Seven is like the emotional part and 81 is like just the badass that like never quits. And at one point we do have this moment between Seven and 81 where Seven is like, hey, can I talk to you about something? And he's like, no. Is it about the mission? Then I don't want to fucking talk about it. But before that, 80 or 7 knows that 80's one tattoo means don't fucking quit. And he's like, oh, don't fucking quit, right? And he's like, how did you know that? And he's like, oh, lucky guess, I guess. So we kind of like get these little moments where they kind of connect, and I think that's why it's such a big deal for 81. I mean, obviously also because of his brother, and he had to carry his brother to safety, but there's this connection between 7 and 81 that's kind of important throughout the film. And I think that they made a good team. Even though this War Machine is a motherfucker, man.
But why was 6 afraid of 7?
I don't know, but there's another part, like the falling down the hill and the suspense of 15 and 7 getting across the river. There's so many parts where like I feel like my ass was just clenched so tight. Like I'm just like, oh, I fucking make it. I don't know. The movie gets really good. Is all I'm saying.
The machine affects the magnetism of their compasses, allowing them to sense when it is near. After escaping downriver, they reach the cadre posing as the enemy force as part of the Death March and find that they've been eliminated by the machine. Oh no. Seeing traces of impact from a distant mountaintop to the valley below, they deduce the machine is extraterrestrial and try to make it back to base in an ASV.
Yeah, it's cool that like 60's just alive. Like they go through, they go across the fucking river, which is incredible. And then poor 7, he's like in this like hospital bed thing, like tied up. So I'm thinking if he falls in the water, he's so fucked because he's like bound. He has no arms. I was so freaked out. And then it turns out when he did fall, like thank God he just floats. Like holy shit. But they get through the water and then they find out that 60's alive because he was thrown into the water by the machine in the beginning. And they go down these falls. It's so crazy. I mean, and when they decide that it's from another planet, I was like, okay, this is kind of a little bit of a reach, but whatever. They watch their sergeant die. That sucks. And then they have this moment where, 15 and 81 kind of get in this like little scuffle, and then like an argument, and then he kind of becomes a human after that. He's like, hey, you war hero. And he's like, what the fuck did you call me? He's like, I'm not a hero. I killed my brother. I couldn't even get him there. I was 100 yards from the place, and I woke up in the hospital. And then he makes a joke to him where it's a joke that 15 had made to him earlier in the movie, and he's like, holy shit, 81 made a joke, and it sucks so bad because finally they're starting to become a good team, and finally they're starting to bond, and then 15 goes back for this ammo that doesn't even fucking work, and he gets killed. I really wanted him to make it. I was so sad that he didn't make it, and then the ammo doesn't even affect the fucking War Machine at all. But I was glad that at least 81 made a joke with him first. I was so mad at this part. Oh, man. And when they're in the frickin'... There's just so many... Like, this movie just really has you on the edge of your seat at certain points. And when he, like, loses 7, when they're in this vehicle, and he loses 7, and he, like... shoots the mountain. They like pull a Mulan and like shoot the mountain, and then the rocks fall, and he tells them, he turns around to stop, and they're all dead. Like, oh fuck, man. There was just so many parts in this movie where so many of my notes are just the word fuck with like several U's. Like, there are just so many heartbreaking. Like, I'm like, no, I wanted them to make it so bad. Anyways, sorry, go ahead.
So you covered most of this. As the machine gives chase, the team finds live ammunition but discovers its armor is impenetrable. While 81 subdues the machine with a rock slide, the ASV is destroyed with only 81 and 7 left alive.
Damn it!
Seeing a second machine send up a mysterious signal into space, 81 takes 7 into the forest. 7 reveals that he knew 81's brother. Oh, that's how he knew what the tattoo meant.
Yeah. And when he's like, you knew my brother? Why didn't you tell me? He's like, I fucking tried, man.
I tried. Yeah, he didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
You dick.
Exactly.
81 realizes that the machine has a ventilation system and lures it towards a construction site. 81 pours small rocks into the ventilation system, causing the machine to overheat and explode.
This is another part where I was like, okay, all right, this is like a bit of a reach, okay? Like when he has the whole realization and he's like thinking about his brother, and we go back to the first scene. I'm like, there's another reason why this scene was so forced and so awkward, because we have to introduce this like stop leak situation. So in this first like 2 minutes, we're trying to establish like the relationship, the brotherhood, how shitty his brother is at fixing stuff, the stop leak situation. It was another reason why the first scene is so forced. But when he's like, stop leak, motherfucker, I figured it out, he's venting, I've got this idea, and just happens to like go to this place where there's all this equipment and things he needs to carry out this idea. I was like, okay, like it's just it's a little too coincidental for me. It's a little too much. Like I was another like take me out of the movie kind of moment, kind of like the first scene. And when it actually, he's using this tractor, what is it called, like with the bucket, when he's using this I don't know what the
conveyor, like a conveyor belt.
No, the other thing, like the thing that he's using to push the war machine against the, what is it called, bulldozer, thank you. When he's using the bulldozer, I was like, come on. Like, you're telling me that after all of this, like, we've seen this war machine, like, I mean, throw grenades, like, shoot from miles away. Like, we've seen the war machine, like, just fucking annihilate the entire movie. And now all of a sudden this, like, bulldozer, like, he's not just gonna, like, pull out, like, a blast and just, like, I don't know, man. It's just kind of a reach, I feel like. I just feel like we're still just, like, sucking this dude off. Like, he's so cool. Like, he's such a badass. Oh, my God. Like, and he lost his brother, and it's so emotional. I just feel like there are so many, like, men watching this movie, like, yeah, I really relate to it. You know, and I'm just like, ew. It's just, it just kind of gross a little bit, like, how much we're just, like, just sucking this dude's dick, like, how cool and amazing he is, and he just never dies. And it just really, I'm like, it's a bit of a reach. It's a bit of a reach with the fucking venting and we're suffocating this fucking alien, and you just, I don't know, had this idea. I don't know. It just kind of took me out of the movie a little bit. After all of that amazing badass shit, all of that meat in the middle of the movie, for him to be like, I've got it. I've got an idea. A bulldozer. It's gonna work. I'll just push it again. I don't know. It was just like, okay. Okay, all right. Sure.
Well, 81 successfully makes it back to a destroyed base with 7. Sheridan and Torres reveal that the suspected asteroid was actually an army of machines, and they have started a global war with humankind. When 81 reveals the machine's ventilation
I'm back in it at
weakness,
this point. Because I'm like, oh, holy shit, never saw that coming. Never saw that coming.
Yeah. What?
That's a global invasion. Like, I thought it was just gonna be a thing. No, I didn't. I just didn't think so. I thought it was like, like they're gonna get back and they're gonna be heroes, and like he's gonna get his like gold star. But yeah, no, it's a whole war of the worlds.
No, it's a war machine of the worlds.
Yeah.
When 81 reveals the machine's ventilation system weakness, he is accepted into the 75th Ranger Regiment and is assigned to lead the next assault against the machines.
And it's so fucking funny, because it's like, by the end, like, they're like, you want to go give him a pep talk? And he, like, goes out there. He got his little patch. He's a little ranger now. And he goes out there and he gives his pep talk. And I'm like, this man learned emotions, like, throughout this movie. I'm laughing so hard. Like, it's just so funny. Kind of a little bit ridiculous. It's good, but it's also like, yeah, men will do anything but go to therapy. And then also at the end, when they're like, the guy on the helicopter's like, all right, we're going into the thing. We got these 6 rangers here. It's blah, 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 blah. Did anyone get this guy's name? And he's like, finally sleeping. And that fucking cracked me up. I laughed so hard. Because, like, the whole thing throughout the movie is, like, he can't sleep. And when he does sleep, all he can think about is his brother and how he failed him. And he's obsessing over it and he can't sleep. And now he's, like, going into another mission. And this man is, like, hanging out of a helicopter, like, asleep. Like, him and his brother, he did it. He fucking did it. Yep. Oh my God. I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. I just, it made me laugh. I'm like, wow.
looks like they're contemplating sequels and possibly a whole franchise situation.
Hell yeah, do it.
So we'll see.
Do it.
Honeybee, what are you going to rate War Machine?
I'm giving it... I want to give it 5, but I think it's like a 4 for me. I think it's a 5-star movie, but it's a 4 for me.
I'm giving it a 3. It was okay.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4.
I just feel like we didn't go over any new ground, really.
Yeah.
I guess I went into it thinking he was the War Machine.
Same.
It could... I guess we do have a literal war machine and a figurative war machine.
Yeah, I also thought he was going to... It took me actually probably the 3rd round of the war machine killing people for me to go, oh, okay, yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, I did really like it. I just sometimes... I imagine that, it's like... It's like a man watching a chick flick and enjoying it and being like, oh, that's cute. Like, that's kind of how I felt about it, too, of, like, this guy fucking figuring out his emotions. And I liked it. I did enjoy it. There were definitely moments where I was, like, on the edge of my seat. But, yeah, just silly. But, yeah, I liked it. It's good stuff. Good stuff. I'll definitely watch it again, for sure. And I would definitely watch sequels.
Okay. Well, I think next week... This War Machine's on Netflix, folks, if you weren't paying attention. Next week, we'll be returning from Witch Mountain. We will return to the Witch Mountain franchise with the movie Return from Witch Mountain, which is on Disney+. So there you go. Please check out our other show, Monster Movie Fun Time Go. You can find links to that and our Patreon and all that stuff at mmftg.com. Rate and review, like, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. Until next time, I have been Precious D.
And I have been Honeybee.
Remember to keep watching the skies. We won't see you, but you will hear us next time on Mars Needs Movies.